and have a great discussion. I will send the questions here. Everybody copy. Yeah, now I guess I will need to have 3 rooms because we have more people. And smart people coming. Fabio, Felipe, and Valesca. Is it the first time of any of you guys, or have you ever come to TNT before?
No, it's my. Oh, I'm here since 1 month or more. Hi guys, but with you is my first time.
Yeah, thanks, Fabio. And you, Felipe?
Oh, with you first time.
But you have been here, and Valesca also?
Hey, no, it's not my first time.
Okay, so into seconds. And yes. Guys, please copy the questions because sometimes when I split on small rooms, they disappear. Or keep the planner open to you see the questions. In 40 minutes, I will bring everybody back to discuss together. But now it will be with you guys, except by Felipe, JJ, Mateus, and Patricia that will stay here with me. The others join on the small rooms and have a great conversation. Yeah. Here we go. So guys, I don't know if Patricia was here when I present myself and Felipe too. No, so I present myself again. My name is Wellington. Today I'm replacing Larissa because she had some problems. I am 28. I am living in Rio, but I was born in Salvador. I have been here on TNT as a host since October 2020, in the beginning of pandemic. I'm one of the 4 oldest hosts, I guess, that have here. Ana Paula Batalha today is the oldest. And I'm always here. It's not more about the English, as I guess you have heard Felipe saying or others, but to make connections, to discuss a little bit, to get to know other people that are on the same path as me to improve our English, but it's not the focus of me. And I would like you guys to present yourselves. Could you start, Patricia?
Yeah. Hi, guys. My name is Patricia. I am 23 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro. I'm married. I have a degree in library science and also have an MBA in marketing. Recently, I got a job as an assistant library. And in my free times, I like to listen to music, playing some musical instruments, and playing games with my friends. That's it.
Thanks, Patricia.
Thank you.
And you, Mateus, present yourself to the others.
Hi guys, my name is Mateus. I live in Rio de Janeiro too. I have 29 years old. I'm studying production engineering. I work as data analyst in the company is the technology. I like read a lot of books. I read the books about data science, in histories, And in the future, I want to live in the other country, but for working in the company in the technology area.
It's really good. Thanks, Matheus. And you, JJ?
Hi everyone, I'm JJ. I'm 26 years old. I'm graduated in business administration, but I started a new course. I'm not working at the moment, but I'm studying a new course. I start the analysis and development of system. Yeah, I like to listen music in my free time. I like to learn new language, and yeah, this is it. Thank you.
Thanks, DJ. And Philip sent here because he's at work and he cannot open the micro, but he will keep here with us. Okay. And I guess some of Mateus already said a little bit about why you are learning English, but could you say a little bit more? Why you're learning English? What is your focus? Do you have a country that you want to go in mind?
Yes, I'm learning English because it's very necessary for my job. I work as in the area in the data and in the area data, and is more necessary in the projects because speak with a lot of people, the team, the other country, and I like English very well, but are necessary for the job, and in the future I want to travel the USA.
Very good. Thanks, Mateus. And how about you, Patricia?
I'm learning English because I need to speak in English every day at my job. And because English for me is a universal language, so it's important to know how to communicate and English to help you when you are traveling, for example. So that's it.
Thanks. And you, JJ, when did you start it?
Yeah, firstly, because it's an important language, and because I wanted to get some opportunity that I can use the English, and because I like to learn languages, and I wanted to be a polyglot. So, in English, beyond to be a universal language, and could bring some opportunity to you, and you can communicate with many people, different people. So this is so cool. So yeah.
That's really good. And Philip, you can answer on the chat and we can read your participate. I started studying English because it was important, as everybody said here, when you have professional ambitions, it's a universal language. At the beginning, I was not focusing started to come to 20, so I was at McKinsey, but
sorry, Welton, your
internet
sign,
is...
I think is cutting. Your sign or not? It's just for me or for everyone?
Can you guys listen to me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's cutting.
Yeah.
Try again, Welton, please. Hello, Welton? I think you stopped it. Gente, eu acho que Eu entro na sala 3.
Acho que ele vai voltar. Vai voltar.
Mas aqui para mim, apareceu para vocês também a opção de entrar em outras salas?
Não.
Eu vou tentar entrar na sala 2 para ver, não sei o que
Ok.
acontece.
Can you guys listen me now?
Yeah. JJ foi para a sala 2.
I will bring him back.
Ok.
And yeah.
Sorry, guys, my internet went down.
Yeah,
problem.
mine was really bad. Really, really bad. So I keep going. Yeah, I guess I lost the host because I'm back. Yeah, it's okay. Let's keep here. As I was saying, I started because I would like to apply to be a consultant, but then I just went to another place to work. But as Patricia said, I guess it's really important when you want to travel to abroad. Most of the places, if you speak English, you can be there, with no problem. In Europe, for example, China and Japan, any place that you go, even here in South America, it will be no worries. And I guess it's that. And guys, when did you started to studying English, and how long, and you took classes to that? Let me see, Mateus.
Yes, Elton. I'm studying English for 2 years. 2 years. And in the past, I'm taking English in the classmates, in the regular classmates, in the specific course, but I'm not speaking, I'm not a conversation during the class, and for me it's very important. But during the course, the last, I'm not speaking during the conversation. Então, and it's necessary for me because my job, and studying English for me is speak English during the conversation is very, very important.
Got it. Thanks, Mateus.
Well,
And how?
Acho que travou para mim aqui.
Yeah, I guess it's mine again because I'm using the 4G, so it's not so good. Yeah. Yeah, but I couldn't listen you. That's really good. And you, Patricia, when it started?
I study English for a long time. I studied an English course that 2014 at 2017. But in this course, we don't have a conversation in English. So it's bad for me, it's bad for my learning process. But on TALKNTALK, I think I study for 4 months. I do one immersion per week, and I want to change it to 2 immersions per week.
For a little bit time, I will try to fix it here. And now it's better. I will skip to the question number 4. Do you guys study another language And do you want to study another? If you don't yet, Patricia, which language other do you study or do you intend to?
I study French sometimes. I'm a beginner in this language, but I really want to learn French and Spanish because for me it's important in South America.
It's really good. And do you study here nowadays on TALKNTALK or just English yet?
Just in apps, but because I'm focused to learn English at TALKNTALK. But in future, who knows? I can try to learn French in TALKNTALK.
That's really good. And how about you, Mateus? Do you study another language?
I study Spanish for two months because in my last job I use Spanish during the projects, and it is necessary because the some clients and I use, but I'm very beginner in the Spanish, but I use in the last job. But now my focus is English because it's very necessary for the data area, understand? But I'm studying the other language, Spanish.
And when did you guys intend to keep to other language? When do you actually? I will match this with the question number 3. Do you guys intend to start learning another language when you feel fluently on English? And what is being fluently for you guys?
Can I answer
Yeah.
this question? For me, speaking fluently is easily speaking, understanding, and communication using this language. But for me, it's mainly understanding and communication. It's more that know all the vocabulary, but communication is focus.
Got it. And when do you intend to focus more on French?
French is for me is difficult, and for me is a long journey, because we don't have a lot of things in French. English, we have a lot of contact in the city, movies, but French is more difficult for me. And so in my opinion, I will vou demorar to get a fluency in French.
Got it. And you, Mateus?
Well, então, I'm too, Patricia. The fluently is understand the context, the communication. It's not the vocabulary is very hard. It's understand the communication during the talk with the other people. But it's very necessary to understand the context and the communication during the other, when you talk to the other people.
Yeah. And when do you want to intend to start the other language? When do you think that you will feel fluent in English? Do you set a goal for you, like in 1 year, I will start to studying another language, or you will just follow when you feel free, you will go, or do you have a rule set, like an objective set, actually?
Well, the other language it's now it's my focus very English, but it's the other language depend the situation. It's very good. You learning the other language for the business communication to other people, travel the different places, cities, countries. But in 2 years, is the time good for study the other language.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I just agree with you guys. I guess is comprehension that make you feel fluently, understand the context, communicate with the other, understand and being understood. I would like also to study Spanish. I have started before here on TALK, just by myself and going in some meetings and speaking, but I gave a break because of my work. I had to balance what I should focus, and I kept just on English, but I will come back in the future, you know, maybe this year, because I want to travel to Peru next year and Argentina too. So it would be good if I could speak in English there instead of Portuguese or English. But it's really difficult, you know, you put in your organization and study. It's necessary to focus on something. And like Patricia said, I guess in English, in Spanish is not so hard as in French. We have more things to consume in Spanish because we live in South America and most of part of the countries speak in English. So we have a lot of content on Spanish to practice, but it is still difficult. I guess it's because it's so similar to Portuguese. So we sometimes had some trouble and we associate so much to Portuguese. Nowadays, I can thinking in English and focus on English, but I don't have this mind yet to Spanish. Maybe one day I will have, I hope. And we were saying like about the problems that we have and in learning, and we want to improve. To me, in English, I don't feel that I have problem in speaking and listening, but I am really bad at writing because normally I'm here on TALK, speaking and listening to in English. I'm watching series and reading things in English. So it's natural nowadays, but I am really bad at writing. And I would like to know to you guys, what you are bad at in English nowadays that you feel that you must improve.
In my case, writing, I'm so bad in writing, and speaking, I think I'm improving, but I'm not good. Reading for me is okay. I think I understand the context. I read a book in English this year, and it's a challenge for me. It was challenge, but I'm very happy to after I could read the book, and I get it. And reading for me is okay. Listen, I'm improving, but I think I'm good. But writing and speaking is a challenge for me. But sometimes I'm afraid try to speaking, because in my head, in my mind, I'm speaking min falar, min saber, and I'm shy about that. Made mistakes, but at TALK, more that I improve my English, I improve my confidence, and be more confident to try and make mistakes.
That's really good. I guess it's the most, it's the best thing on TALK, you know. When I started though, I was afraid of speaking in English and committing a lot of mistakes because it has been like 1 year that I didn't practice any English, but everybody was so friendly and so warmful and with no judgment that I felt free to speak and try. and speak a lot. And then I get confidence. And now, even though I commit mistakes, I try to speak. And I guess this is part of the process. And we remind that learning Portuguese, it was this way too, but now we are shy because we are adults. And when we start to learn in Portuguese, we were kids. And it's okay to kids to commit mistakes. Yeah. And for you, Mateus, what are your weaknesses on English that you feel that you must improve?
Well, for me is the listening and the conversation, because in the past I use the conversation is much bit the conversation, and in my area, my career, the conversation is very, very necessary. But in the last, I use it bem pouco a parte de conversação, and listening and conversation. But during the conversation, I'm here talk. It's my focus the conversation more, because quase não utilizei muito no passado a parte de conversação.
Yeah. And do you guys have a goal here on TALK? Like, do you used to come in one meeting per week, two, once a day? How do you guys use TALK to improve those speaking skills?
For me, as I said, I usually take a one meeting, one immersion per week, but I will change it because I think my process learning is not good enough to me. So I will organize me to take at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks on 2 immersions per week.
That's pretty good. And for you, Mateus, that has it started now? What is your planning here?
Yes, I started the last week, but my project is participating during the 3 immersion during the week. It's my focus for the next weeks, because the conversation for me it's bad. It's I pretend disinvolve more the conversation, but my project is participated during the 3 immersion for the next weekend.
I got it. And yeah, at the beginning, when I started here, it was during pandemic. Then I came to every meeting that it wasn't at morning, because morning, I'm not a morning person, but in all of them, I was here. So I guess in the first month, I participate at least in 40 meetings or more. And I kept it like this for 3 months. And then I had to stop it a while because I was finishing my TCC, and I was so addicted to TNT that I wasn't able to focus on my final project. Then I went back as a host, and I still participating a lot. But when I changed my job, it wasn't, a mess, because I didn't have so much time. So I went twice, 3 a week. Nowadays, I'm coming only twice this time a week, because I'm replacing Larissa. But I guess it's really important. I at least used to listen or read things in English while I am not here, to keep these on my mind. I have stopped it for, I guess, 3 or 4 months of being a host, because I have moved from Salvador to here. And my life, it was a mess. I have only my house. I have nothing actually in my house. And I have to organize everything and to adapt myself to another city. And when I went back, I thought, oh my gosh, I will not be able to speak anything in English. And it was, okay, it is hard when you stop, when you do not practice, but when you went back, when you put in practice, you will remind him things. And I guess this is part of process. And talking about forgetting.
Wellington, for me, you are brave to participate in morning immersions, because my brain in morning are waking up, so I'm not working in morning. I tried to participate, but for me so hardly, because I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
So
No,
you are brave.
that morning I didn't participate for the same reason, just at like 11 or
Yeah,
later,
okay.
at 11, 1 p.m,
Yeah,
3 p.m,
yeah.
5 p.m, 9, 8, until 11 p.m. I used to participate. We had meetings at 11 p.m. I still having on my calendar here the meetings that I have scheduled, because we have the agenda focus on these. Let me see. It has been so much time that it was in 2020. My gosh, it's been a long time. I'm here, like, oh my gosh. Let me see. Why is not appearing? I guess it's if load here, I will show it to you guys, but I have come to a lot of meetings.
I don't have
lot of-
courage to participate that 7 a.m. immersion. I don't
No,
have courage.
it's
I don't
impossible.
have. Sorry. For me,
It's impossible.
It's not
I
working.
just came once.
I don't know. My name is 7 a.m. English talking. No, not possible.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the 30 p.m. for me. It's the time good, but it's more 7 a.m.
Early, yeah.
It's
It's difficult. It's
very
hard.
difficult. It's hard.
Yeah, I understand you guys. I totally feel. I just went to morning only once and never more. And talking about forgetting and everything else, we have here the question number 7. Do you usually forget a word when you need to speak in English? And what is the most difficult thing about this, forgetting? How do you deal when you forget a word?
I usually forget many times. The most difficult for me is about vocabulary, because when I forgot the word, I try to explain that word that I forgot in another way. But if I knew a lot of vocabulary, it's more easy to communicate, to explain. But as I said, have a confidence to try to speak in English and made mistakes is a for me is a good way.
And how do you think that we can acquire more vocabulary? What is a good way to do this?
For me, it's reading books, reading tests, maybe listen podcasts. I listen new podcasts about news of the other countries. Is for me is part of process learning. And for me is working to have a vocabulary and try learning more about this language.
That's very good. And you, Matheus, do you usually forget? How do you deal with that? And how do you think that is the best way to improve?
My case, I forget during the conversation English. I forget the vocabulary, the types, the phrase. but it's how can I say? For in the past, for don't use the conversation, it's today when I speak the other people, I forget the the vocabulary first, but oh my God, what the vocabulary I use it now, but I'm learning about this vocabulary. For this involve the vocabulary, listen and read series in English with the legends and the audio in English. But for my read the phrase and I listen what the people talk for my desenvolve my listening, because during the conversation I forget some case the vocabulary. It's more difficult for me in this in the language, and there's some time the phrase in the past, in the moments, in the present, the other moments, but the vocabulary in the past, the phrase, but during the versions, the next versions, I think I'm learning about this vocabulary and speak very well during the immersions.
It's really good. And guys, I think that for you guys talking here on Talk and Talk to a lot of people that are from Brazil, it's easier to understand what people are saying because there are so many accents. And you guys also said like that you have to use at work or in the future that is a global word. Do you guys used to listen or watching things that people from other countries speaking in English to familiarize it with another accents? And to you, what is the most difficult one to understand?
For me, is understand the accent and the speedy. They talk speedy, so for me it's difficult. But when I could understand, I'm so happy. It's a challenge. I want the challenge. So I try to watch the influencers about sometime games I like, so to acostumar with the speed of the talking and the accent.
Very good. And you, Mateus?
In my case, the other people, the other countries understand some vocabularies, but I'm very happy too when I understand the topics. I understand some phrases, some topics, because there is some vocabularies specifics that for me I don't understand. I mean, learning the internet, what the significance, how I can use it during the conversation. But for me, is the vocabulary is the sometimes the phrase.
For me, in Mateus' case, is more difficult because he in his area is a vocabulary, is a technical vocabulary. And it's so difficult to learn it, to understand. In my case, I work as a library assistant, but when I talk to students or the teachers, it's more the conversation. It's normal conversation. It's not a technical vocabulary that Mateus is more difficult. To me, it's difficult.
I participated the some months less in the interview in English about the data aula. It's the people as my interview. He understand me, but it's the some tools in my area. For example, Power BI.
Yeah, the terms. Yeah.
SQL, create view, dashboard. Is there some topics this in the area for me is a little difficult,
Yeah.
but during the time I mean read and listen the topics for the future interview. I understand more and I speak. It's more facility
We're more confident. Yeah.
more confidence.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I use sometimes SQL and not Power BI, but Data Studio, and I don't have a clue about the specific terms, in English. But when a colleague of mine that work in the part of development say to me a place that I could study about some functions in SQL, I was really happy because it was in English, because I could learn something and also improve my English. I guess it's a really good way when we have to learn something new that has in English, and we are also studying English, because this way, like Patricia said, it's a good way to increase your vocabulary, and also you prepare yourself to other things on the work, on the job. I guess it's really good. And guys, yeah, it's still time to ask another questions. We said about context and understanding the others, and it's an opinion of mine. Here, for example, in Brazil, when we talk to people to other states, sometimes it's difficult to understand because the culture is different. So to understand the context, you must to learn a little bit about culture of other places. Do you guys used to read or understand about the culture of the place that you want to travel to, or that you want to live or work in, to communicate better? Or have you never thought about like studying about the culture to understand better the language?
Wow, it's a deep question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think sometimes I read about, I search about the culture when I go travel, but it's a deep question. I don't know how to answer that. Mateus,
Yeah,
answer,
so
please.
keep in mind to think about in the future.
Yeah.
When you want to travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the matters, you have time to think.
In my case, in the past, in 2019, I traveled to Fortaleza, Ceará. Antes de eu viajar, I'm learning about this, the people, what's the people, languages, the foods the people eat. For me, it's very, very good because I'm never traveled to the other city. It's for my first travel, the Ceará. But I'm learning about the city, the customers, the foods, what's the people speaking during the day, in the gírias the people use in the conversation. I I'm learning about this city for my communication is better. Understand?
We
Very
came
good.
back.
Thanks. Hey guys, welcome back. How it was the conversation? Did you guys enjoy talking
Yeah.
about language learning
I passed
while
for the
learning language?
sorry, Alito, because I passed for the another classroom.
No worry. I have technical issues, but I could fix in time. Thanks,
Okay,
God.
that's right. In the classroom, in another classroom was good, was great. The guys was so communicative and was so good. We can answer a lot of questions and was good to share with them.
Very good. Thanks, JJ. And for you, Fabio, how it was the conversation? Did you like it?
Yes, I think we talk a lot, and in our speech we answer any of questions. We did not said all the questions, but in our speeches we answer, you know. And I
Yeah.
want to know, Nayara, Gabriel, Yapoena, what language you want to know? I was answered this, and I press some button and come back here, and I can hear what they say. Send to me in the chat.
I would like to.
Okay, so for me, English, it's enough. You know, I love English, and it is really beautiful for me. You know, I will pass for a Popo. You can answer this question. I think Popo is able to learn like Spanish, French, and Italian, you know?
Yeah. By the way, people, I am Popo. It's my nickname. So, and I try to study French when I study in a college for 2 months, I think. But because my job, I left. But one day maybe. And you, Gabriel?
Yeah, I'd like to study a day. I start to study French, you know. But nowadays I have to improve my English because it's so terrible.
It's not that terrible, but you want to improve more, say that.
Yeah, of course. Always.
And you, Fabio, which language do you want to learn after English?
Oh, I said to people, I'm learning English. I improve my English. I know Spanish, not too much, but I can speak easier than English. And I want to learn Italian. I think it's a beautiful language, but people, they act to this not, but the language is beautiful.
And how about the others, Juliana? Which language do you want to learn? Do you intend, or are you learning?
Me, I understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to learn French too, because now I'm living in Portugal, and I want to learn French too. But first, I need to improve my English. I hear.
That's really good. And you, Diane?
Oh, for me, I like Spanish, but I afraid confused learn with English, and my priority is English.
That's really good. Valiska, which language do you want to learn? Do you intend to?
I would like to improve my French, but I'm planning to start my Italian too the next year.
That's really good. And Márcio?
In my case, my focus improve and develop my English this year, but I start study Spanish 3 months ago. I start study Spanish, but my focus develop in English.
That's pretty good. And Patricia and Matteo, share to the others that what you said here before.
In my case, my focus is English, is improve my English, but I started to learn French, but I'm such a beginner in that language, so my focus in English.
And you, Matheus?
Well, então, my focus is improving English too, because I use the Spanish during the other job, but my focus now is improve the English because the English is it's the language very speaking in the world, and many people the other country speak English, the Spanish too. But English is very necessary for business, for communication, for learning
Travel, yeah.
the learning the others, the topic it's very good English.
Yeah. And you, DJ, which language do you intend to learn after English, or do you speak?
I speak Spanish. I try to improve my English now. And I started learn by myself with French, but I have just the basic, and I start to learn Chinese as well. And after learning Chinese and improve my English, I would like to learn in the future Arabic or keep study and learning French.
It's really good. A lot of people want to learn, except by Chinese and Arabic, the other language we have here on TALKNTALK, so you guys can keep improving here at TALKNTALK. We have Italian, Spanish, and French. Yeah. And guys, I just sent here the survey. It's really important to you guys to give your feedback and also comment about topics that you want to hear and discuss here. It was a really nice conversation that I have here. I hope see you guys really soon.
Thank you.
Have a good day and a good weekend. Matheus, you want to say something?
Yes, então, can I take a pictures this immersion?
Yeah, of course. But we have just 1 minute because other will start. Go on.
Okay. Just a minute. Finish.